As much as possible, Ethan muttered, leaning back into the driver's seat. He didn't take his eyes off the entrance to a fashion boutique where his client's wife was trying on another pair of shoes, a third store in a row. The detective was tired of losing his transport, feeling a familiar annoyance rising. The rich, spoiled woman spent more in a day than he earned in a month of police work. Restaurants, boutiques, beauty salons, the endless circle of luxury from which one wanted to escape. But work is work. Everyone needs money, even ex-cops who have believed in justice for too long. Money, he giggled bitterly, always because of them. It was because of them that Natalie left. At first, there were minor arguments, then things became more serious. Constant duty, risk, nerves, and a tiresome salary. She was tired of waiting. She was tired of fearing that one day she would get a call from the hospital or the morgue. And then there was an injury. Ethan had magically lost his left shoulder. Sometimes it would whiff, even though the bullet had been removed long ago and the wound healed, physically. But inside, no. There was a void left, mixed with guilt. She was right, he exhaled quietly. After that case, he quit, not out of fear, just realized human life is worth nothing to the top. No one will say thank you. No one will remember. Only the record in the personal file and a reprimand for the unfinished business. Now he was working for the rich. Treason surveillance, commando collection, irony of fate. Phone jammed. Message from client, waiting for news. Ethan hid and turned on the recording. A woman came out of the boutique with a young, well-groomed man. They walked by each other, holding hands and laughing. "There you are," he muttered. He took several pictures, then turned on the video. At the expensive car, the woman turned around and passionately kissed her companion. The kiss lasted. Ethan winced and turned off the camera. That's enough. He followed them, keeping his distance. The car would hang around the streets until it stopped in a normal sleeping area, the perfect place for secret meetings. The couple came out at the 9-story building. Ethan took a photo of the house, the entrance, them together, and sent everything to the client. In a minute, money arrived. Easy money, and a nasty feeling inside. He went home, but suddenly realized he didn't want to. In an empty apartment where silence presses and reminds him that he is alone. He turned toward the embankment. The cold wind hit his face, but he didn't care. He smoked and looked at the dark water. Thoughts returned to that day, to the guy himself, Ryan. The operation started 6 months before that night. The gang was robbing the houses of the rich, purely, professionally. Insiders were leaking information. In 2 years, dozens of robberies and no one arrested. Ethan infiltrated the gang undercover. The source of the leak had to be found. He pretended to be just as cruel and cynical, but one man escaped from the general picture. Ryan. Quiet, calm. He didn't drink or talk too much. He did his thing and left. He was respected and feared. One day they found themselves alone on a mission. "How did you get here?" asked Ethan. Ryan didn't respond immediately. Orphan, child, then bad company, prison. Out, wanted to start again, but who needs me? He told about the girl, simple, kind, about how she got pregnant. "I want to give them a normal life," he said quietly. "But on the salary of the loader?" He sighed. "I thought, I'll earn for the house, and that's it. I'll go away. I'll dig in the ground as long as they're happy." Ethan kept quiet then, but he understood that this man is not a criminal. He was just cornered. And then everything fell apart. The bandits found out that there was a cop in them. The headman stood with a pistol. "Thought we wouldn't check?" he hissed. Ethan realized it was the end. And then Ryan rushed at the leader.
A fight broke out. They managed to round up the bandits, but there was a shot. The bullet hit Ethan's shoulder. Ryan shut him in. Second shot. Third. Ryan fell. The seizure party broke in too late. Before he died, he whispered, "The cell in the bank, the key. Find it. Tell them that I love them." He handed out the little key. Ethan held it in his hand, feeling everything bursting at the inside. After the transcript, he started looking, but nothing. No addresses, no documents. Ryan kept everything secret. Months of searching, no results. The key was still in his pocket, a reminder of a promise not kept. And now, while driving past the stop, Ethan spotted a pregnant girl. She stood alone. "Help you?" he asked. She refused at first, but then agreed. "My name is Lily." They were driving silently. Then she told, "She lives in the country, soon to give birth. There is no money. She lives with her grandmother." "My husband died," she added quietly. When they arrived, she invited him over for tea. The house was warm, cozy, and suddenly Ethan saw the picture, Ryan, and next to it is Lily. He caught his breath. "Is that your husband?" "Yeah." He took out the key. "I was with him when he died." She cried. Ethan told her everything, about the operation, about his words, about how he searched for it. The next day they opened the cell. Enough money was available for a new life. Lily didn't want to take them at first. "It's dirty money." "For the rich, it's a little thing," said Ethan. She agreed. Over time, the house was renovated. A son was born. He was called Ryan. Ethan began to come often. He helped, he worked, and then he realized he loves her. He wants to stay. After 6 months, he moved in with them, opened his own detective agency. He began to live more peacefully. Little Ryan grew up, and Ethan became his father. Eventually, he returned all the money. And when they had a daughter, he finally understood. Life gave him a second chance after all.